Morning, folks. Northland Tech Joe here again with the beautiful snow weather that we've been having up here lately. Apparently, I found a snowblower that I haven't changed over to the new chain case yet. I'll show you guys what that all kind of entails. I already have some of it done already, but I'll just kind of give you kind of a quick idea of what it all entails. So check it out. So here's the old style open chain drive. You got this tensioner, you got the big pulley, there's a big sprocket, and you would have a bearing here, which it's now there, and you can see that's all here. I'm going to get this all cleaned out, because then this bad boy over here, there's the part number, is going to go into there. Okay, here's that chain case. It's got, I believe, a 60 chain inside of here. It's all got a spring tensioner and all that built in internal. It sits and runs in 80/90, completely closed off. And for the price of this installed is the same price as this chain here and that sprocket. Not installed. So, now there is travel charges and whatnot involved in this here, but the only thing you're going to be saving to put this on is your PTO shaft, the keyway that's inside of this shaft, your roll pin, and then your cable, if you can save that, and then this guy right here. Everything else goes in the trash. So what I do here, as you can see, these like to break out. And usually what takes out your bearing inside there, everything gets loose, wobbly, and it starts taking other things out. So hopefully you can catch it in time that you don't need that. But these just sit right in there. And if they have the tab there, I just take side cutters, cut the tab out, pull them out. The other way to do it is to grab a vice grips on top of the bolt, if you didn't want to do that, and then grind it off. But usually these get pretty cracked, as you can see here. It's starting to crack. That's because these have failed already, and then that shaft started doing this. Because on that sprocket there, the only thing holding it in place, keeping it from moving back and forth, is that bearing that sits in here. Well, now that those have broke and that bearing gets loose after X amount of hours, it starts taking this out. Now when this guy sits in there, this is the side that goes in there, there is a breather on the back side. These will sit right in those holes. And then it gets bolted, 4 screws through your main frame, and it don't go anywhere. So let's get this baby dropped in, and I can show you guys how more rigidable and how much stronger these are than that. Okay, so now there's the part number for the bolts that hold it on. Put just a little bit of Loctite on it, and you put them in here. And there's 4 of them you got to put in there. You may have to get a pry bar to kind of get everything to line up, but it all lines right up in there. All the new snow blowers now are coming with these. There's no longer that in them, so they're all this. And we've been retrofitting all the old snow blowers to these. Longevity, better performance. Customers love them. So we got all the bolts in. We did use some Loctite on them. Blue Loctite's recommended, but I've had these vibrate even with blue Loctite on them, so I put very little red Loctite on them and then put them in. And I use the hand tools to install them. You can use power tools if you get excited enough, but I just use the hand tools. This thing's long enough. I like using this on them, and you get them tight enough. So we'll get this tightened down, and then we'll get our shaft off of there and get the shaft put on here. Get it put together. Okay, now we got our shaft installed. So we took the half moon keyway out of here, put it up in here, put the roll pin in. I'll go grab some wire out of the truck, loop through here. You really don't need that wire. It's just more of a safety precaution, but I like to put them in there. And it just loops here, keeps that, in case that roll pin decides to move, it doesn't come out. So that's what that is for. Yeah, then we'll get this filled up with oil, and we'll get her hooked up to our machine there. We'll test her out, and we'll be out of here. Ta-da! There you guys go. Ready to rock and roll. Customer did everything the hard way. They took everything off the hard way. So we're going to put it all back on the easy way. Easiest way to do it is put the shaft into the carrier, mount that up, mount up your quick hitch, put that on, and then just drive up to the snowblower, hook up to the snowblower, and away you go. So that's what we're going to do. And just like that, boom, hooked up. So we already test ran it. It sounds good, healthy. Everything's operating as it should. We're gonna hook up the spout now. This is how I like to route them. The hoses, you run them up through the grill guard here, down through the carrier, hanger, and then down. Otherwise, they like to contact the wheel. People zip tie them, whatever. Usually if you run them that way, you don't have to zip tie them. So we'll get those put on, and we'll be rocking and rolling. So there you have it, all hooked up. See, I got a loop sent through there, on there. And it keeps it away from the wheels. It's all hooked up. So, our project's done. Thank you guys for watching. Hope this helps somebody out there. You guys have a Merry Christmas. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel as well. Like and subscribe on there as well, please. It helps me out tremendously. Thank you for everybody who has followed me on here, on TikTok. So this video is going to be on both channels. So no comments about TikTok or YouTube. Just yeah. So like and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you guys. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. We'll probably have some more videos out here between here and then, but Merry Christmas. Have a good one.